As they say.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. Jamie here today with Dylan. AEW Dynamite February the 8th. I always forget the date, 2023. And just to start, before we go into it, Elon Musk, why are you limiting tweets to 3 per day? Like, what is that on about? You're trying to push your little $4.99 fucking, what I goes to monetization, but still.
No, that doesn't go because we took 5 minutes, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, we took, yeah, true. But still, three tweets, and they're not even full tweets. I replied to 2 other tweets, and that's it. That's bullshit.
I do not know. Like, I
that
messaged
is bullshit.
Messaged him, I'd be like, what's going on here?
I'll Google it. Like, I'm sure it's like a new thing because he's got all these new tiered things, aren't you, when you pay for it. And it's like, oh, you get more tweets if you give me money. It's like, what the fuck? Austin, welcome to the stream. How's it going?
I'm surprised you could find us without those Twitter.
Next it'll be YouTube, or it'll be like you can only post 1 video per day or something like that. I'd be like,
no, they won't do that on YouTube because like that's how they make money. It's like,
yeah, true. But this is out. Yeah, Elon
the
Musk
content that's created on it is like how they.
Next, you'll load up Twitter and it'll be like ads everywhere, trying to make money and all this shit.
Well, there are ads on it already.
I don't see it. Oh, I see like promoted tweets. I mean like actual like ads.
Yeah, but
those
like, promoted tweets are ads.
Yeah, but I mean like the normal ones where it's like the windows and shit and all that.
You mean like fucking shitty ads?
Yeah, like
monetization.
Yeah, fuck it. Oh well. But yeah, tonight AEW. It's titled Fight Night, they're calling it, because there's 2 titles on the line, there's 2 Eliminator matches, and
Can you tell I'm interested? Can you tell? It's all.
You don't know the funny thing is that I don't think Dave Meltzer's being paid anymore by AEW, because even he last week criticised the Young Bucks, because the Young Bucks the Elite wrestled on Rampage, didn't they? And even Dave Meltzer's like, I have no interest watching this match.
Oh Trouble in Paradise.
Trouble in Paradise, indeed. But yeah, tonight's match card, like, I mean, I guess it's it's not the worst match card ever, but at the same time, it's
I don't know. Like, the Elite on it, it's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, Elite front and center per usual, like like the main eventers.
Like, how can you let that happen? Like,
no, I don't understand. Not even just MJF, even the Acclaimed are defending tonight, and even Hayter's small as well. Jamie Hayter's small in it as well, and it's like, they're your world champions.
Like, I'd see your women's world champion, like, over, card. Oh, fuck it, I can't be honest to remember the name.
TBS championship.
Yeah, TBS championship. Like, Hayter's like something else. You know what I mean? Why are you not promoting her as much as you should be?
True. But yeah, let's get started with this match card because we've got a lot to talk about. We got the Garcia, Guevara, Gauntlet. Ricky Starks has got to face the 4 of them.
We have to talk about this, Jamie. Like, it's the same shit.
I know it's the same shit. Same we said last week. Ricky Starks won the first match. Why the fuck does he want another match with Jericho? He's already beat him.
I don't know. This
is just Jericho's ego.
It's not like, Jericho should be chasing him for that win back.
Yeah.
Oh, can we get started on the fucking cruise thing?
Yeah, let's talk about it now, yeah.
Because oh my god. Like, I know Nathan was like, oh, it's on his cruise, it's okay, but he's just sucked. Like, he came out as like Jericho housing,
Was it last year or the year before he dressed as Orange Cassidy?
I think it would have been last time he did it.
Yeah, it would have been last time, yeah.
And the only reason I know for a fact probably why they outdo it on the cruises, I think some cruises still have like COVID restrictions.
Oh yeah.
So I'm betting like AEW were like, well, we can't film it because we've got to follow like the guidelines if we're going to do it.
Not just that. Last time they did it, they nearly lost the tape, didn't they? When they were trying to get it back or whatever.
Wait,
like they were getting off the cruise. They nearly lost the tape of the film when they filmed, when they were reporting it back. So maybe that's why as well.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I'm guessing it was like a helicopter thing or something. I don't know. I remember the report going around when they first did it.
Surely it's someone's job to be like, right, here's the tape for it, get it to fucking.
Yeah, and that person was probably an intern or something, not being paid that much. Who knows? I don't know. It's like when Jericho lost the belt. Like, how did he lose the belt? But
Yeah, but he's getting paid more than an intern.
Yeah, I know. But
at least he turned it into a good gimmick. Well, used to.
But yeah, Jericho dressing up as Danhausen on the cruise. I understand the logic where it's not televised, but still, it's literally, this is what he does. He just gets off younger talent just to try and keep himself relevant. That's all he does.
No, what's a shame though is that I would like a year or 2 ago, I would have been like all for going on that kind of cruise. That would have been a fun time.
Yeah, like the first year of AEW or whatever it would have been. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because there was like leaked footage of like Moxley singing Sweet Caroline. I'm like, that's my jam as well, boy.
True. I guess that's the only best reason to go in it, because interaction with the wrestlers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess you could call like the Jericho cruise kind of like Well, what is it like they used to do for? I don't know. Did they still do it for like WrestleMania? That it was like the Comic Con kind of thing, for WrestleMania.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah, they still do that. Yeah,
what was
yeah.
it called though?
Like WrestleMania, the fan access or something.
Yeah, it's like a fan,
Yeah.
like maybe it was like their kind of fan access thing.
Maybe, apart from being, remote location on the sea and stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
like the security for the female must be like really top for that. Because I
true.
wouldn't trust anyone on that boat.
Yeah, imagine if you took a ratio, like how much, like 98%, I'm guessing, is male on that.
Yeah, and then like all
it's
the
not
ones
a 50-50 split, is it?
no, I wouldn't say so. Like the only ones that would be there who are female are like married or active talent.
But yeah, I seen Audrey was there, referee, she was there. I think, who else was there now? I don't even know. I didn't really bother to check, really, to be honest.
I doubt there was made female talent there anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else was there, like in terms of female.
I doubt Britt Baker was there because I think she was used to Pittsburgh. So then Jamie Hayter wasn't going to be there. Because why would she go? If Jade wasn't going to be there. I mean, Britt, like I know she's the champ, but she's going to go and do something like that if like she doesn't have someone to hang out with that she likes, which would be Britt. I'm guessing probably like some other people backstage. But like if you weren't going, I wouldn't go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. You want to be on that boat for, is it 3 days or something? But yeah, back to this match though. Jesus Christ,
oh, I get seasick as well, so I definitely don't.
Yeah, fuck that. But look at this, man. It's so bullshit. Like, you got Ricky Starks in the middle there, Jericho looming over, and it's like, this is every single feud with this guy now. Like, I don't understand it. Like,
It's the same, and people were going on about it was fucking MJF. I'm like, well, MJF kind of like started it a little bit. Like, he's not actually doing it. You know what I mean?
True.
He's not blatantly doing it like this.
And plus, MJF's by himself. He doesn't have 5 other people surrounding him all the time, like Jericho
he doesn't have
does.
Wardlow. He doesn't have the Pinnacle. You know what I mean?
No,
he doesn't
not anymore.
have FTR or Spears. He's like
Huh?
he's doing what he used to do, like hiring guns, which is a cool gimmick. It's like a cool thing, and I like about that's like a cool thing I like about wrestling. This idea of like the one guy can just like hire another wrestler, like be up another guy. Like that's cool. That's like it's an interesting like storytelling mechanic that you can use.
True. Like, they were doing it first with Butcher and the Blade, but they kind of dropped it then, didn't they? Like, they were sort of like,
Well, I look like I give up. Fuck. Because guess it's because it's rabbit season, and we'll get to that, won't we?
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. Oh my god, that fucking bunny figure! Jesus Christ, that face scared me when I first saw that. I was like, "What the
She's
fuck is
crazy!
this?"
The fist aren't working.
Oh my god. So yeah, Ricky Starks obviously winning this because Jericho and Ricky Starks got to have another match. And I won't be surprised if Jericho wins because of that photo from
What is this
Rumble.
lead? Is this leading to Revolution? Is that the next pay-per-view?
Yep. Yeah, it's in a month, innit? It's a month exactly, I think, from today. Well, not today, like it's this Saturday, but
This
Sunday. Sunday, yeah. How could
I
I forget?
I hope you can wait until Monday to watch it, Jamie. Because
100%. You think I'm staying up 5? Well, it's probably 6 hours with a Iron Man match. I haven't stayed up that long. No way.
yeah, and then since we're watching it the next day, like we'll get through it in what 2 hours flat.
Yeah. Well, even right now, like we only know one match, don't we? It's going to be Bryan versus MJF.
Well, don't we like obviously know Jericho is.
Yeah, but do we really want to watch that? Oh, I don't really.
I'm not saying we're watching. I'm just saying that.
Oh right, yeah, we're assuming, yeah, but who knows? Maybe they'll be like, you know what, this feud didn't work, and let's
then
just
we've
blow
got
it off
yeah,
on
but
TV.
you've obviously got like your 1 week women's match.
Oh yeah,
but we might have 2, hopefully, maybe a good one.
Oh yeah, the pre-show, you never know.
Yeah, they Acclaimed, or maybe the Gun Club are gonna be obviously.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about. Let's get through these matches, and we'll talk about what we think is going to happen at Revolution. We got.
Sorry,
Bryan
this is more
Danielson.
interesting than talking about Jericho.
Yeah, we're moving on from Jericho. We got Bryan Danielson versus Roosh, which I guess this is the final win he needs to become #1 contender in it. So if he wins tonight, which he will, he's going to be #1 contender.
Yeah, but I have a more interesting topic to talk about.
What?
Where the fuck is Andrade?
Oh, he's still suspended, isn't it?
How fucking long is this the same suspension that CM Punk is on?
Here's another question for you. Where's Keith Lee?
What the fuck's Keith Lee?
That cinder block must have done some damage, man. That was like, what, 2 months ago
Legend,
now or something.
man. We've got to make history.
But he's a booker of the year, Tony Khan, man. You can't criticize him. It's just a black hole backstage that just sucks talent in for months on end, but
I know, we were like, we bashed Vince. Like, at least with Vince, there was something there. You know what I mean? There was an idea of a story that, you know what I mean, just gone awry.
Yeah, I mean, we criticised Vince all we want. At least Keith Lee was on TV. He was called Bearcat, but he was still on TV.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to say. At least like his storylines didn't work, but at least the talent was out there.
Yeah, we could still see him in matches and stuff like that.
I mean,
not just asking every week, where's Keith Lee?
Like obviously Vince has his own style, he has his own beliefs, like big guys, big tank, and all that kind of shit. Like that's who he likes to see on TV. But at least like he's pushing his favorite talent that are actually good, that we also like.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas with Tony, he's just, whether we like him or not, he's going to push the casserole and useless examples.
Yeah, 100%. But this match, obviously, Bryan's going to win. I'm sure it'll be a good match, but, there's no tension.
Like, Urushi's okay.
They're not bad. Like, Bryan's one of the best. And you could get a great match out of anyone, really, Bryan.
That is actually fucking true about him. Well, I say that. He couldn't get one out of useless. No one could.
Well, he hadn't tried, Jazz. Did he wrestle? It was only Moxley, wasn't it, who wrestled him?
I swear, useless. He's fought Bryan, hasn't he?
He might have, and I blanked out. I don't remember, though, but he might have.
It might be the only black mark on
Bryan's career.
card that we can
give.
Well,
let's just get this out of the way now, because I don't want to talk about these guys anymore. We got the Elite versus Top Flight and AR Fox for the Trios Championship. Oh my god, Dylan singing along.
Hey, it's catchy, okay? I'm sorry. I hate it.
You meet. Beat you meet.
It's like Carry On My Wayward Son. No one can kill that song.
Oh, they're fucking trying. They're definitely trying.
Oh, they trying. They trying my patience. Jim, what you need to do is you need to watch a couple of episodes of Supernatural, a couple of season finales where it plays, and you're like, oh, yeah, this is a good song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every now and again.
Taste out my mouth. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like wash that bad taste out your mouth. It's a good thing we don't watch it live because we can skip it then. You don't have to see it.
And there's going to be a lot of flips inside this match. Just looking at people in the fucking match.
Yeah, no callbacks, no references.
Oh my god.
Give me my 5 stars, Dave. Give me my 5 stars.
Don't you know the story, Dylan? Top Flight beat Young Bucks the other week. AEW tells stories, Like, that's a fucking story.
How is that a story?
Exactly, they got beat and that was it.
What's the story? Who could like... You're burying Dante Martin here. You are burying him. For a good solid year, he is going strong and strong. And then, like, you even pushing with Hook and whoever with their FTR. Not FTR. Fucking. I'll put with FTR, at least then he'll actually get some fucking use.
True. No, I agree. Like, Dante was much better by himself. And we were all like, oh, we're going to team him up with his brother. His brother's basically an anchor now because it's like his career's going nowhere right now. I don't.
Yeah, which is a shame because I'm betting, like, if his brother didn't have all the injuries, they would probably be in a much better position. We'd probably like him a bit more, and it is becoming a matter of like, he's becoming a hindrance towards Dante Martin's popularity because he has to be to help build his brother back up. There have to be enough tag matches, but it's really damaging Dante in a way because we see Dante in all these good spots, but now you've like bringing him back down so he can help build his brother back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it is kind of like, ideally. I would have built his brother up as a solo, and then probably have them like feud, or maybe like like in a massive moment, have his brother come out and save him once we all like, they're reuniting kind of thing. You know what I mean? I would have kept them both solo for a bit.
This is my problem with AEW, Like, they always want to lean away from the sports entertainment stuff, but you need a character in wrestling. You can't just be a good wrestler or being able to flip, because we're not going to care about you. The audience isn't going to care. If all you can do is wrestle, you need an actual character to, emotion from the audience.
That's the pretty thing to keep telling people about this. You know what I mean? Like, you need to wrestle. You need to have some good in-ring, talent.
Yeah.
You need to be able to tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to have good mic skills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like you can work around the mic skills in a way with managers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why there's three. That's why there's 3
yeah.
things. You need 2 of one. Technically you need all 3 because the manager does become the mouthpiece. You know what I mean? It's like with Brock. Like, who could you have put as a mouthpiece realistically to work? It could only be Paul Heyman.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Like Jim Cornette might have been able to make it work, but
Jim Cornette, like you couldn't put Vicky, you couldn't put.
No.
I'm trying to think of who else was a manager back then. You couldn't put. I don't know. MVP now could have done it.
True.
MVP.
But even with Brock, like, now he's still good on the mic. It's just, you know, you need to have him as the right role, don't you? But anyway, back to, like I was saying, like, Dante, man. Like, I do like the guy. He's got a future, but he needs a gimmick. He needs something. He can't just be a, you know, a flip-flopper or whatever.
Yeah, he can't just be feuding with these 3 jabronis.
No, this is going to do nothing for him. I know people are like, oh, well, he's wrestling the Elite. It's like, it doesn't do anything for him. No one's going to remember this match, like, next week, 5 days from now. No one's going to remember it.
My brother in Christ. It isn't like they were built up to be like, oh, you know, they've earned this match against the Elite. You know, there's a possibility they could win the titles, and there's clearly no possibility they win the titles.
No.
Let's be fucking frank. Let's be honest, frank. You know, let's just put that out there. Not happening.
Well, these are the Elite's belts. Tony even said that, didn't he? He's like, I'm waiting for Kenny Omega to come back before we do Trios belts. So these are literally made for them. That's their belts, pretty much.
Yes, the division means nothing. It's just something shiny for them to hold.
Yeah, it's like, well, we're champions. We got belts.
Because I don't think Kenny's ever going to become AEW champion ever again. Because why would you want it? Because he's clearly going to go off and do fucking New Japan. Because that's clearly where he wants to be. That's clearly where he wants to put on.
He has better matches in other companies than he does in AEW.
According to who? Like, that match we saw at New Japan was that fucking awful. I feel sorry for fucking Will Ospreay. Putting his heart and soul into that match, and Kenny's just fucking burying him.
No, comes in to win the belt, and then that's it. And he's like, you know
what I mean? And then the Young Bucks, no one's going to let the Young Bucks. No, you just wouldn't put the belts in the Young Bucks anymore. You know what I mean? No. Tag team, fucking Intercontinental, fucking 24/7. You wouldn't put any belt on them. Like, I wouldn't even let them have these if it weren't the fact that they weren't made for them.
True. And how many other teams do you have to challenge him? Like, they've put this team together with AR Fox. They got House of Black, and then that's it.
Best
friends. But they've already done 7 matches with them. You can't do that again.
Like, but the only thing I could think of as like a trio to go against him would be Santana, Eddie Kingston, or Ortiz.
Yeah, no, Ortiz.
You couldn't get Ortiz. I said, which one's is it? Santana who's not.
Yeah.
Then Moxley would be like the third man in that group I'd add. Because you'd have some good tension. Yeah. You'd have some good tension between him and Ortiz, maybe.
Because we know Moxley ain't going to be challenging for the title for a bit.
And you know he's not going to be doing anything with the fucking Blackpool Comical because he's dead, right?
Yeah.
Just let it die out, because it is the burning corpse as an idea that fucking William Regal tried to fucking breathe into this company as like a thing to build up, and it was going smoothly when you had Bryan and fucking Moxley in it.
Yeah, it started off so good and it just went down.
Anyway, then you have that whole storyline with Garcia. You're like, wow, that's an amazing story. That's the story. Let's wait. We're not bringing it to its conclusion. Why? Nope. Because we see it coming. Well, you left all the breadcrumbs and clues. So why the fuck do you automatically fucking turn us on that? Like, I don't get it.
I think that was a case of Jericho seeing Garcia get over, and he's like, no, he's mine. I want him to be with me. And then,
because fucking Gavana's lost the fucking spot.
Yeah.
Which isn't his fault. I blame that.
Well, in terms of heat, I mean, he's getting the most heat, isn't it? Like, the crowd obviously hate him for some stupid reason, but, you know, you can still lean into that and, you know, piss him off and stuff.
I don't know.
But,
I don't know. Because
definitely going to win.
I would love to see Garcia go off on his own again. I mean, Sammy go off on his own again and get the TNT title, because he was good.
He was.
And you get a good match out of him and Darby Allin.
Yeah, moving on. We got the only women's match on the show. Jamie Hayter versus the Bunny. She's crazy. And it's an eliminator match. If Bunny wins, she gets the title shot.
Did you see the tweet that Jamie Hayter put up?
Oh, yeah, it's rabbit hunting or whatever.
Rabbit season.
I'm glad she's got a match, though, because for the past few weeks, we've been saying, why don't Jamie have a match? So at least I can't criticize having a match. I mean, the Bunny's not the best, but, you know, what can you do?
Well, I think to be fair to that, since they did a one woman's match per show, they're trying to build up the storyline of you know, taking out AEW originals.
Oh yeah, we know Saraya and Tony Storm will get involved after the match or something.
So like so I'm hoping like Ruby.
Because these are both AEW originals as well, aren't they? So.
Yeah, but now we've suddenly like, what's happened to Chicago? Like she like.
Oh, she's just been passed by again, you know, like Tony Khan's booking. She's been forgot about.
Like, I like Ruby Soho, but like I feel like the idea was going towards fucking Takeshita, because
yeah, definitely.
He technically is an AEW original if you really think about it. Like, yes, she had a New Japan thing, but I mean, in America, like for us, the audience, is just who she's working. Well, not working. I mean, like who she's performing in front of, mostly.
Wait, so it's Soho, Britt Baker, and Jamie Hayter.
I guess,
against
yeah.
Tony Storm and Saraya. So who's their third person?
I don't know that. Maybe
Athena. I'm trying to think of people who they've brought in from a WWE.
Yeah, I'd say throw Athena into that mix because she was doing a heel turn a few months ago, wasn't she?
Oh yeah, and she's ROH champion or whatever as well, which
so
not means
that.
anything. But...
So it's like, yeah, true. But then that's it. Then like Sheeta's then left in the fucking win again.
Yeah.
Not like she wasn't your women's champion during one of your toughest times during your entire business. During a
Unless
pandemic.
they play it up some like Sheeta's got to decide which side she's on. But obviously she's going to choose Britt Baker and stuff because Tony Storm and no, but
then that means like obviously she's going to go with like fucking Tony Storm and that because then it's 3-on-3 and then you don't have a feud involved because he's
but then that wouldn't make sense because they remember Saraya pissed her off by choosing Tony over Sheeta and all that.
I know, but think about it this way: we might get a heel Sheeta. Like I don't think it'll work in this sense. I think it work a lot better. It'd work a lot better if she was working with Britt as a heel because then Britt could actually teach her something.
Well, let's be honest. Like right now, if you're putting Britt versus Saraya again, the crowd is obviously going to choose Britt. They're not going to cheer Saraya. So they're doing the right thing turning him heel, especially Tony Storm. Because let's be honest, man, she needs something changing because she's not working.
yeah, but like I also think that like because I think Saraya's the kind of girl who's like professional. Like she's not going to be like hating the fact that Britt's getting pushed over. I think she'll understand. She understands this, hence why she's turning heel.
Yeah, she probably prefers being heel anyway. She can do more stuff, can't she?
I wish she was better at it because she wasn't good as a face.
That's what I'm saying. She wasn't good as a face, so maybe she'd be better as a heel.
Yeah, but as far as I'm finding her it is just the beginning. I do have to give her that. Well,
it's not full blown yet, is it?
I'm not happy, but I'm not unhappy. I'm neutral at the moment.
Wait till she comes out and starts cutting a promo against the fans of AEW, and then we'll see what happens.
And the glue eaters will eat it up or like probably hate it. Like we'll love it and they'll hate it. That's how it works.
Why is she mentioning WWE, even though everyone else does inside this company all the time? Nearly every single week there's some sort of reference to WWE. It's like
bullshittery.
But yeah, anyway, Jamie Hayter's going to win this match. We got the Acclaimed versus... Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't have the thumbnail for this because, this proves how important the Acclaimed are. They didn't even put out the actual graphic.
No, there is. I've seen it.
Is there? I searched before. I couldn't find it.
I am positive I've seen it. Give me a minute. I know this is like a thing, but I know I've seen that.
I've seen a move in one, but I can't put it on the thing.
I swear I've seen one. I swear I've seen. Yeah, I'm literally looking at one. He's checked out your Bowens. Yeah. Do you want me to send it you, or is it too late?
I can still do it, but there's not much point now, is there?
Shall I tweet it at you?
No, because I can't fucking reply.
No, but like you'll see it, won't you? Then you'll know.
Hold on, I'm on Twitter now.
Like go on and check out Nancy Bowens. I can literally just send you. Like.
Oh yeah, that's not the right format though.
All right. You want about that's fine enough. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, but I mean, like in terms of the other ones where it's full screen, they've not released that one.
They've
done every single other match for tonight apart from that, but
I know.
But anyway, it's the Guns versus the Acclaimed.
They're so bad at advertising.
They really are. Guns versus the Acclaimed for the tag team title, set up last week by Billy Gunn, which we'll talk about. And I'm just going to say right now, if Billy Gunn turns again, yeah, much better. We'll talk about it in a bit. But Billy Gunn better not turn tonight because they've already done that.
I don't think he is because he's built up to the fact that he's sick of it. So maybe he might go away for a while in terms of like off-screen presence. Which wouldn't be.
Or maybe he's like, I'm not coming back till you sort your shit out or something like that.
Which I think would be good because it gives probably him more time to win backstage, which he probably desperately needed. I am not saying Billy Gunn is the greatest wrestler who ever existed, but at least he's a part of some of the biggest. He's been a part of some of the biggest events.
Yeah, he was wrestling, in the biggest time, the Attitude Era. So
yeah, you know what I mean. Like he's got insight that you cannot deny that should be being inspired. Like him and Paul White, like. How they are not being mined every minute of every day, like how they're able to do their actual normal jobs. You know what I mean? How they got the time to do that and not actually be backstage like teach me how to fucking hit someone with a chair.
I know.
Or,
Jesus Christ,
do a table spot safely, stuff like that. Beyond my imagination, honest to God, and I am pretty fucking vivid.
That's crazy.
Jamie can vouch for that. He's heard my booking.
But yeah, it should be a good match. We're fans of both, obviously. I don't understand the hate for the guns.
I can't decide.
Nah, because obviously the Acclaimed have had it for a bit, but I don't think it's time for them to lose it just yet, is it? I don't think it is.
I'm hoping, now here's some of my crazy booking coming, that this builds towards Revolution, because I can see this being a really, like, a second match between these. Well, this would be like the third match. This is the second match. The next one will be.
Oh yeah, because they had that dumpster match, didn't they, a few months ago as well?
Yeah. So if the Acclaimed win this time, and then like they build up towards a big match, a Revolution, I would not be unhappy if they dropped it at Revolution, as long as the match was really good. Like if the match had gone right, I think an audible should be called. Like, no, not happening. The crowd aren't getting it. I mean, let's just make this over. I wouldn't be too unhappy. I know it might be a bit early, but maybe early is better. Give the Acclaimed more time to like constantly stay on fire. Or maybe I'm talking about my ass. I just feel like the Gun Club deserve it. You know what I mean?
No, they did deserve it. The work they've been putting in, no doubt, man. Obviously, some of the gluteers aren't seeing that, but they're blinded by the glue that they're sniffing anyway.
They need to do it, because then they can build FTR against them for the titles. And then
but that's the FTR haven't re-signed, have they? They got 2 months left.
They might resign. Depending on what happens at Revolution.
Yeah, true.
Because it's
and April. The way Dax has been talking on his podcast, I don't think he wants to go back to WWE. Because obviously, right now, Vince isn't in charge, but that could change any day. Vince could just all of a sudden just.
Nick been on like all those like media, all those business shows saying like,
saying that they want to sell soon and all that.
It'll go. No, I don't think they say they want to sell soon. They say the sale will go by quickly. Like
I've seen a quote saying he wants to do it within this year. He wants to sell.
Oh right, well I know he said like Comcast are out, apparently.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Disney.
Well, Disney, yeah, Disney's better than the Saudi Arabians. Let's just say.
All I'm saying is like, it'd be really cool to have like WWE Park in Disney.
It'll be expensive as shit, and it just won't be good.
Yeah, but it'd be funny as fuck to see guys just Stone Cold going.
Yeah, it'd be funny for 1 minute, and then that's it.
No, like see a little kids go Stone Cold, just have like an adult guy just some Stone Cold drinking beers.
He would be drinking beers though, would they?
Well, obviously not real beers, but like he'll have like cans of water.
You get people being drunk because stumbling about with big heads on.
Yeah, it'll be like energy drinks or like water or something. They'll just have like
probably.
We smashed it. Yeah. Imagine like the show they did, look Parade. Imagine like an AEW like not AEW float. Like in the middle of the ring, like there's a match going on between 2 wrestlers.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny. Doing a bump off the Parade and all that. But yeah, who do you think? I'm going to say the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed are going to win.
Oh, the Acclaimed, yeah. Like, hopefully building because hopefully.
Like I said, I hope Billy doesn't turn because we don't need that. We don't need it.
I hope it is a matter of like I'm going away because it's what he's been building to. Because he's not been like, he's not been building like, oh, I'm protecting my sons. I'm going to give him the match like last week. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm just ridiculous. Like you guys are entitled and you guys know you're the champs. You need to be better than this or whatever. You know what I mean? I think hopefully he's building towards him leaving. No, like you know what I mean? Like maybe leaving backstage. Because I do like him. I just think like he's serving that Sting purpose, but at least with Sting, he doesn't show it to every match that Darby Allin does.
True.
He's gone away from it.
Sort of complaint. Like I do enjoy the Billy Gunn Acclaim thing, but let's be honest. What's the biggest chant? It's "Scissor me daddy ass," and that's the biggest thing that's over.
Yeah, but like you can't say that's Billy's one. That's definitely Anthony Bowens who did
that. Yeah, but I'm just saying Billy's a part of it. I'd like the Acclaim to be over without Billy Gunn. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I think that would be how it works because I think these like 4 lads. You know what I mean? These guys like. That dumpster match was really good, and I think now that the Acclaimed have had a couple of wins under their belt, they had that great first match against Swerve and Keith Lee, and they've had a couple of good ones since then. And staying with FT the Ass Boys and like the whole stuff they were trying to do with FTR, which should be resolved, hopefully.
Maybe that's the match for Revolution. FTR come back and they face the Guns and put them over.
Yeah, maybe like the Acclaimed that aren't even on a match. Maybe they're supporting the Ass Boys, and that's what probably helps them win.
Yeah, I was going to say that as well. Like, because when they worked together, they were a good team, weren't they?
Yeah, but
the Ass Boys and Acclaimed.
I wouldn't have the FTR going in against against the Gun Club as heels on faces on faces. I'd have like the Ass Boys as heels because I wouldn't have if they don't resign for if FTR don't resign, then I suggest they go with Revolution and put over,
the Guns on the way out. Yeah.
But if they do resign, if they do renew their contract,
yeah.
I think it is the new day. I mean, yeah. So many fucking stupid
Acclaim versus the Guns. That's
the Guns, they beat FTR at Revolution. Or not I would like to see maybe FTR and Acclaim. Oh, fuck's sake! Oh, the Gun Club beat the Acclaimed at Revolution for the titles. I know it's a bit soon, but I feel like it's one of those things where it's like now or never kind of situation because the Acclaimed are so goddamn over. They don't need the belts to stay over.
Yeah, that's a good point. They don't need the belts to still. They're still going to be over either way. But my question is going to be, we're talking about these 3 tag teams. What else do they have? What other tag teams? They got FTR, the Ass Boys, and the Acclaimed. Who else is there? Because Jurassic Express aren't a thing anymore. Santana and RT aren't a thing anymore.
2.0 still technically?
No. They're all in Jericho's thing, aren't they? They don't wrestle tag team 2-on-2, do they?
I know there's like the jobber ones, the lower teams.
So I'd say if FTR do resign, you just do a feud between those 3 teams because who else is there?
You need a 4th one, depending. Do you count the Lucha Brothers? Because
I guess you could. But then what happens with Pac?
Well, Pac can go solo, can't he? He can go to TNT title. That's what I would do.
I'm surprised that even happened by now. He's not even challenged.
To be honest, I'd put him for the World Championship.
Yeah, you could definitely push Pac towards that.
The Atlantic one was just because you wanted to put a belt on him, and that was doing when you had spare.
Yeah, and he was defending it in British.
Yeah, it also did kind of make sense the more you think about it. Why he should have got it because it wasn't.
It made more sense to Orange Cassidy, and I'm a fan of Orange Cassidy, but that belt was just it's meaningless, really. He just carries it about beside his back.
I know, but I think that's the gimmick, you know what I mean?
No, it is the gimmick, but it's literally treated as a joke, and it is a joke, really, and that's what I mean.
I know. I still have it. He's getting to that stage he's getting to that stage I have with the Hangman. I'm do I still want to be a fan? I do enjoy his work when he's on. I do enjoy the Best Friends. Best Friends. There you go. There's another.
Oh yeah, Best Friends. I forgot about that.
I do think they're pretty good. Team. Their match with Santana Ortiz was really great.
But that could even be a trios team, couldn't it? Who could challenge? I don't give a shit about the trios, but
exactly. So shut the fuck up.
Let's get. I don't know if this is the main event, but for me,
but there you've got 4 good tag teams that you could really win a division with, ideally.
True. Yeah. But still, it's only 4.
Look at it. Fucking Paul Heyman was talking about it years ago about how he had you had
SmackDown 6.
Yeah, he had 6 good men, whatever, that he was able to run a whole fucking a whole company off of half a company or whatever, a whole fucking promotion off of. I mean, when you've got 6 good men, then you've pretty much cracked it.
But to be fair to that though, that was 6 main eventers. That was different, wasn't it? You know what I mean? This is more just tag team.
You telling me Clean, Ass Boys, Gun Club, FTR.
I mean single stars, that's what I mean. They had 6 single stars.
Yeah, but I'm saying for a tag team division.
Yeah, for the tag team specific, yeah, they have got good enough names. But back then with Paul Heyman, he had 6 main eventers who would
No, but I'm comparing and contrasting. That's all you do with 6 guys for a singles competitive. You've got you just need 6 good tag teams, and you could do the same thing realistically.
True, but we've only named 4. That's the problem.
That is the issue. That is the fucking issue. Lucha Brothers, you really want to do so? There's 5.
Yeah, you could count Lucha Bros. Yeah.
And that.
And I guess technically House of Black, if you take one of them out, you could count them.
And it's not the House of Black anymore. I think that's the whole point.
That's it has to be 3 people. No, they're not on the same league as the teams that we've been mentioning.
No, I'm not saying they're on the same
TV.
That's true.
But yeah, moving on. This is the main event. I think we've got MJF
I'm not
versus
finished with
Konosuke.
that yet. I'm coming back to that at some point.
But yeah, MJF versus Konosuke Eliminator match. And this is pissing me off because Bryan has to win 5 matches in a row, and then Konosuke just gets an eliminator match. If he wins this,
street fight. It shouldn't be for the title. It was just a match.
No, yeah, it's not for the title. But if he wins, he does get a title shot. So why does Bryan have to win 5 in a row, but Konosuke just has to win one?
But the idea is like you beat the champ once, then you're gonna.
Yeah. I get the idea. I'm saying, why does he get the opportunity to beat the champion
where
Bryan still has to jump through hoops?
But that's because that's the way that he's done it, isn't it? Like right, this is just bad, right? Because instead of it just being MJF, you've got a match, not a title match, just a match. Like not just if he wins, he gets a title match next week. It should just be you've got a match. Then we wouldn't have a problem with it. The issue is like suddenly has. You know what I mean? Because you're telling a story here with Bryan who has to jump through hoops, and this guy just randomly he's like closer to getting a shot than Bryan. Like it makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense. That's my issue with it. Yeah.
Like I guess that you could say like, well, they each just have to win one match and then they get a title shot. I like in that because but then it's like, but Konosuke hasn't had to jump through these hoops. No. Yeah, but he's done this, he's done that.
Bryan beat Konosuke a few weeks ago, and yeah, he's getting MJF before him. It's like, what?
I don't know. Like, it shouldn't be like, if you beat. Like, I scientifically hate and don't mind this idea of like, you beat the champion, then you should get, and you beat the champion in a non-title match, so you should be able to like, you should automatically get one with a title because you've already beat him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get the logic in it.
I hate and like this. You know what I mean? I think, yeah, it makes sense, but I don't really like it because it just doesn't.
My issue is you don't earn the match with the champion in the first place. That's my issue. Like if he was on an undefeated streak or something, and then he gets the title supposed match, then it's fine. But literally, he got beat by Bryan 2 weeks ago. He jumps MJF once, and now he gets the title shot.
I think what would have been cooler is if they didn't announce, he's got a title shot and he wins. If he does beat MJF, then she should be like, I beat MJF. And MJF like, no. You didn't beat me. No, we'll do it again. It's like, I'll do it, but for the title.
Yeah. There's like, ways MJF, to do it, yeah.
You know what I mean? There's ways to do it than just suddenly, you beat me. Like I like it because it's getting MJF in the mat in the ring, and it's good to see him.
Yeah, that's the only positive for this. Like he's actually wrestling for once.
Because that's the only criticism I'll give MJF. Is that he isn't performing in ring. Like I get it. It's meant to be like, MJF's fighting. It's a treat. It's a big thing. But I do think he wrestles so little, and he's not like Brock Lesnar. He's not like The Undertaker. He's not like he's not like this person who like makes sense for the
way his schedule is. You'd think he's like a part-time, like guy who's getting older, but he's literally in the prime of his career, so he should be wrestling more, not less.
Yeah, so like that's what I'm thinking. Like he should just be doing matches. Like. You know what I mean? And I get with his character, but I think his character is like, I'm best in the ring, so I will fight whoever I will. You know what I mean? I might win however I want. And I feel like we're losing a lot of MJF to him not performing as much. Because it becomes like, how are you the best in the ring when you're not even competing that much?
True.
And I get the argument he's making, like, there's no one good enough for me to wrestle. Like, people have to go through hoops, people have to do stuff. To make him worthy in my eyes to actually, contend for the belt.
Yeah, it makes sense now that he's champion, but a year ago when he was doing that, it didn't make sense because, he was just MJF, but now he's the world champion. It makes sense people have to, go through hoops to fight him.
But he's still, I still think he should be competing because...
No, yeah, he should, yeah.
Because it builds up his character. It just cements that he's good, that he's the champ. Especially if he's winning clean matches against jobbers.
And not just that, I don't agree with this criticism, but people online say he's not a good wrestler. I think I think the reason why they say it's because they never see him wrestle. I think that's why they say it. You know what I mean?
He is very good.
See him wrestle. That he is really good, but
he is, and I don't mean like he's just athletic. I'm talking about that other part about being a wrestler, that storytelling in the ring.
Oh yeah, which a lot of people don't have on this roster.
Like Casanova, useless. Like. Those two are prime examples in my eyes. Well, there's a few others, you know what I mean? There's Kenny, there's the Young Bucks. Well, I put Kenny in that because he's fucking with the Young Bucks and he seems just like their shit.
Yeah. But anyway,
I'm towering on him as well.
Let's talk about last week's show because we've got a lot to talk about still. Started with Moxley beating Page and, well, at first, Moxley came out with his dad and Wheeler Yuta. The only commentators only acknowledged his dad, though. I don't think they even acknowledged Yuta.
don't even think you was meant to come out. I don't know why he did. It's like when Casanoli came out with him.
Oh my god.
It's just, it
but
makes
of
no
course,
sense.
this match started off on the outside because Moxley match. It's a bingo with Moxley now. I still love the guy, but come on, he bled inside this match as well. And it's like, what are you...
No, it didn't
is this
start
your
off with
parody
that.
It did. He started off with him attacking Hangman outside.
Am I thinking of last week when he was in the ring clean? Not last week, the week before that.
Oh, the week before that. Yeah, but it started off on the outside and he was bleeding over
it is,
the eye.
it is just Moxley bingo at this moment, and it is getting tiresome. Because I love Moxley. I don't ever think this. I don't think I'll ever tire of him. Like I'll never sour him like I do with Hangman and with Kenner, because there's so much history with him that I actually love him to bits. I do think he's a great wrestler. I just feel like in AEW at this time he is not performing at his best.
No, like I get excited when he talks, but the matches you could just call what's gonna happen. Really, you just know, like,
which is a shame because he's always had that talent to call in England, to call a story within the match. But it is just like he wants to do this style of wrestling, and I think what's his face on Jim Cornette's podcast sort of says it best. It is just like his match, and it's the only match he wants to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, I don't know whether that's a factor of him being, completely, let loose creatively in terms of.
I think that's part of it.
Because, like, if you're saying that, then, like I'm saying, well, like his storytelling is actually telling, the extra storylines he's doing is really good. It's just for some reason the England stuff just isn't flying with me. Like, I get it, a lot of people like it, but like it's the same shit over again. I was like, why do you want the same stuff all over again? Chocolate's nice, but you don't want it for dinner every night. And
I'm not even like the blood's fine. It's just every single match he does it. Like it would mean more of the he only bled in certain matches, but it's every single match. And it's not even the fact that he's getting busted up. You literally see him on camera to zoom in on him bleeding, and it's like it's old scars.
I don't blame him for that. That's the director.
Oh yeah, it's the director. Yeah, true. But still, it's like people say online, oh, it's his old scars. It's not. It's literally him.
You literally see him doing it.
Yeah.
You see him. He does it. I don't know why he does it, but you can see him getting ready to pull out the blade. He does it so obviously.
Because he probably assumes the camera's not on him, but like you said, production's literally zooming in on him, and it's like...
True. Okay, like, no, the cutting part I know, but like when he's grabbing it, like you think he'd do it in like a position where like, no one can see where his arm's going, or he put it like, on
true. Because years ago, wrestlers do it like when it was on the ground, weren't they, on the apron? They'd be like, like that, and they'd do it. But now he's just in the corner, just not even hiding it. It's just,
Yeah, which annoys me even more because I think that's even worse because that is on him. Because like, well, the people in the arena can see it. Like you're not selling it to people watching home.
You're not even
like one of the major things that makes this really talented is your ability to do that kind of shit in front of people. Like that's what makes magicians really cool. The ability that they can pull a trick right in front of your eyes. You know what I mean?
True.
I think that
John Cena were calling the spots in it, like when he's so loud calling the spots, you're not supposed to hear the people doing that. That's part of the art, innit? But Cena's just there shouting.
Well, that's because like years ago, you know what I mean? Like back during the Attitude Era, like that's why all of them had long hair, so they
so they hide the mouths and shit. Yeah. But anyway, I'm hope this feud's over because it's 2-1 now, and it Moxley's 1-2, Hangman's 1-1. Like that's just...
No one cares. Why do they care?
I know, but everyone's saying it's going to lead to Revolution in the last man standing match or some shit. And it's like, I don't want to see that.
You've got an Iron Man match for the same show.
Exactly. And it's like...
Never in my life have I seen like two of the same type of matches on a pay-per-view. Well, I don't count Rumble.
Yeah, and I don't count the themed like TLC and all that because you know what you get there, don't you? And you have like two table matches or something.
Well, I always like TLC because you'd have a chair match, you'd have a table match, you'd have a bar match. I know a lot of people are like, well, what's the point? Like, well, different ways to use these weapons, you know what I mean?
But it's only limited to one. Like a chair's match, you can only use a chair.
And a table spot, like, the only way to win is actually put your opponent through a table. So there's a lot like, he's going to go for the table. And then a TLC, it's just like, it might as well be a hardcore match kind of thing. I miss TLC pay-per-views. They were good back in the day. Back when the Shield were there.
Yeah, back when the Shield.
You believe, Jamie? Do you still believe?
I'm always going to believe. Backstage, Saraya and Tony attacked Britt, so that turning heel like we said before. The Acclaimed won like a squash match, didn't they? It was like one of the guys like thingy out of 2.0, didn't they?
Yeah, I mentioned that. That was me. Yeah. I said that. I couldn't not look at him. I'm like, what the fuck does he look like that for?
And then Billy Gunn came out, and the guns are out there as well, aren't they? And the microphone
you stole my
died.
dad.
Microphone died again.
On Billy Gunn, I'm like, is this
Yeah.
Moxley? Like this, like.
But it goes back to the production value. It's shit. You got people zooming in with people playing, and microphones are dying every single week. You're having audio issues all the time. Like, what's going on?
Well, it's easy to run a deficit, isn't it? When you pay.
Yeah, true. But yeah, Billy Gunn basically said you're having a title match, and that shocked the Acclaim because they didn't agree to it. But it's official. It's happening tonight.
But I was it? I feel like Jim Cornette said this, or was it you? Like, is he their manager? Like, why does he suddenly get to call that? Like, that's never been.
He is technically the manager, but still, like.
No, but he's not though. Like, it's not been officiated that he's the manager. He's just been the guy. He's just come out with him, hasn't he?
Well, what is he, like, the cheerleader then? Like, what else would you say?
I don't know. What was he with? What was he with? Like, was he the manager with Austin and Thinger? Or was he not a part of the Gun Club?
I'd technically say if someone comes out at ringside,
is he not a part of the wrestler?
You know, I don't know. When's the last time he wrestled? He has been wrestled a few times, hasn't he? So he has technically got a contract for wrestling.
Yeah, but I think he is a member of the roster, isn't he?
Yeah, he is active. I'm sure he probably has 2 contracts, doesn't he? Like a backstage one and then an active, like.
I guess so, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, who is he to give this match? I think that's the low point.
Yeah,
like,
who gave him booking power? Yeah, true.
All in all, like, fucking, like, it's so much. I think they work so much better when they're not being scripted. Because the week before segment.
Yeah, that whole environment didn't work at all.
Well, it didn't work. I felt like everyone was uncomfortable. You could tell that Austin was trying to get that emotion that he.
Yeah, he had good lines, didn't he? But it was just the environment.
I think the need for that live environment. Because when he was talking about how you weren't there, he was there. He wasn't there. Chase me on the way, kind of thing.
Welcome to the stream, Georgia. Directs was shit. What's that Nintendo thing?
Oh, well, did it let you down? I told you. No hopes. Don't spoil anything. I'm gonna skim through it later.
But yeah, you know what? Tonight, that's the only match I'm really looking forward to. Guns versus the Acclaimed, to be honest.
I know. I'll be happy to see MJF perform.
Yeah, perform. But I mean, I'm interested in both teams. Like,
Konosuke in terms of investment, that's the only match I have. I would say Jamie Hayter's in the term of what's going to happen after the match. Boring Storm and what's her face Paige.
Oh, yeah.
So in actual terms, I think those two matches are the ones I'm kind of interested in. And you've got to be interested in the women's match because you don't, even if it's bad, you don't show interest, and they're just not going to bother trying to
True. Yeah, I'm happy Jamie Hayter's wrestling. Yeah, 100%.
And that's the issue. They think, they don't like women's wrestling. Let's not put it on. No, we just don't like bad wrestling.
Yeah, and that goes for male or female.
Yeah, stop putting it in that category. It's like, oh, no one's watching it because it's women. It's like, no, we would watch it if it was fucking any good.
Yeah, Shida versus Jamie Hayter a few weeks ago.
Because you can't say women wrestling is bad when you have all this evidence of people really enjoying a lot of women matches. And you gotta what's the common denominator? Oh, they were really good. How do you replicate that? Is what you got to figure out. Not that they don't like women wrestling. I fucking love women wrestling. It's good as men's.
Exactly.
It's better.
Good wrestling's good wrestling. Bad wrestling's bad wrestling.
Exactly, Jamie. You fucking said it. Due to a point.
Elon Musk has fucked Twitter. No, we asked Georgia. I can't tweet today. Literally, I sent 2 tweets out. Tried doing the third. I'm not allowed. You can only send 3 tweets out per day. What the fuck is that on about? But yeah, next match, Konosuke beat Cage. Didn't take any notes for this. I'm going to say Konosuke, I do enjoy his work. He's athletic and stuff, but he's, like I said before, you need a character. You need a character. You can't just be a good wrestler.
I think it's really hard, but I think in particular Japanese wrestlers.
Yeah, the language barrier. Yeah, it is a lot.
There's that language barrier. It's a lot easier for say Mexican wrestlers. Because there's the luchador, there's.
Well, he's living in America now, isn't he? So he's gonna get better. He's gonna
have to, yeah. Shida's made it work. Asuka's made it work. But I haven't seen any male Japanese wrestlers, in my opinion. Well, no, what's his name? Shinsuke's made it work.
Yeah, Shinsuke has. Yeah.
Is he Japanese? I can never tell what. Is he Asian?
Yeah, he's Japanese. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think, how long did it take, someone like Shinsuke to build up a character? I think with female Japanese wrestlers or Asian wrestlers, it's a lot easier for them. Because
Konosuke's only 24, I think.
Very young, yeah. I think, and I think maybe like MJF might see like him enough to like if he's letting like if he's MJF has to sort of green light who he's going to fight. You know, he's the champ.
True.
Ideally, it's his storytelling, but like again, like is it their storytelling? If fucking Tony Khan's the booker, like how is it?
I think Dak said this in a podcast to listen to. I think Tony comes up with the opponents, but they're allowed to come up with like the story and the promos and stuff like that.
Yeah, but doesn't he also have to greenlight what they're gonna do? Like, I'm gonna what the storyline's gonna be. What?
Yeah, he has final say, but he listens to input from like all the wrestlers, and then he might do what they say, or he might take bits and pieces, and
I don't know. Like, I think like there needs to be like an actual fucking.
He needs more people involved. He really does. He can't just be a one-man running the whole show.
Freddie Prinze Jr. I'm 3 words for Freddie Prinze Jr.
Well, he's gonna be busy now, isn't he? They announced. I know he did last summer sequel out now. He's coming back to it.
Is it?
He's gonna be busy. Yeah.
I guess we have to watch that first one, then know what we're gonna happen in the second one.
Oh my god! Have you ever seen them? There's 3 of
them.
No. I watched all 3. Yeah, there's 3. Jack Black's in the second one.
Like, is the first one good? And then the other two like so bad.
The first one's decent, but then after the second one's on like an island. I say but it was 97, 98. It was just after Scream, wasn't it? So
Oh, so they're trying to build that hype, aren't they? Well, no, it's based off a book, isn't it?
I didn't even know it was a book.
Yeah, I think it's based off a book. I remember watching a review about it. I'll have to watch that.
But yeah, that's something we'll have to watch because the first one's alright. The other 2, man, they're worth watching because they're so shit.
So this is the third one, then the fourth one.
No, it's gonna be the 4th. Yeah, it's gonna be a requel though to the first one, I think.
A requel. Oh my.
Yeah, so none of the other ones take place. It's just the first one that takes place.
Right. A lot like
Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Evil dies tonight.
That Gauntlet match got made for Ricky, didn't they? Backstage with Jericho and all that shit. Yep. Moving on. Bryan beat Timothy Thatcher with no relation to Margaret. And
no relation to Margaret Thatcher.
Konosuke attacked MJF.
If they were smart, they would have led to that being like an angle. Especially if they've got to do UK talks.
When was Margaret Thatcher even thinking? Like that's kind of a dated reference now, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean?
80s, I know it's dated, but like the whole fucking audience, especially probably in the UK, will be dated professionals.
True. And they love the callbacks, don't they? That would have been a callback.
5-star match. Give him a 5 stars, Dave.
Jade beat Red Velvet. She's on 50-0 now. I know everyone cares. It's so amazing.
Oh my god, she's feuding with Red Velvet again. First they're feuding, then they're friends. Now they're feuding.
And now they're feuding again. Wow. And then the main event, Samoa Joe beat Darby for the TNT Championship, which I didn't see coming because Darby's only had it for like 4 weeks, but now he's dropped it already. But I mean, I'm happy Joe won. And this match, man, it was brutal. Jesus Christ. Darby's not going to be able to wrestle in 5 years if he keeps doing this shit, man. He's crazy.
I don't know why he's doing it. Like, is it because he's like actually fucking inbrain in the end brain?
I think he enjoy what's that name you call people who enjoy pain or whatever. I forgot, but I think he's one of them.
Darby Allin.
The Darby Allin, yeah. He enjoys pain. He just loves it.
He hates liars.
He's fucking. Oh my god, man, he's crazy. There's so many crazy bumps.
It was a good match, but he had some fucking awkward moments, especially with like tearing up that match.
Oh yeah, it took him like a minute to rip up the ring. Then I
remember Moxley doing that for like his match against Kenny, and I don't remember it taking that long. It might have been a different like ring setup they had back then.
I don't remember.
They might have a much secure, a better one now. I don't know. It's slightly greasing.
But still, man, Joe's TNT champion again. Oh yeah, I think Joe got busted up and legit. People are saying he bladed. It like an actual like gash. Yeah.
As you can see, like it isn't like it's jagged. It's not like a clean cut when you see.
True.
Posted it. But that wasn't the end of that night, was it?
Oh no, because Wardlow came back. And now we got the feud carrying. I don't know where Wardlow was. I guess
his hair was perfectly fine.
No, he didn't have the long hair anymore. Did he? But maybe that's why he was ashamed to show his hair for a bit. He's like, I gotta let this grow.
He got a bad haircut, so you have to like grow up and cut properly.
Yeah, but Wardlow's back, so I'm guessing that's the feud going forward. Don't know what to do with Darby now, unless they do a triple threat. I don't know.
Okay, I couldn't imagine because I just see like Wardlow using Darby as a fucking weapon to hit against.
Oh yeah, just throwing him at Joe.
Joe just walking away.
Just walking away.
What are you doing? Darby would be up for him, like, use me as a fucking tool.
What do you think the logic's behind, like, because Darby beat Joe 4 weeks ago, and now he's lost again? Like, I'm fine with Hot Potato in the title sometimes, but, like, was it just because Darby was inside his hometown? Tony's like, you know what, I'll give you the title.
I think this might just be Tony experimenting in his booking. Like, this might be him experimenting with the Hot Potato in the title.
Maybe, yeah.
Because you can't expect obviously you can't expect everything he does to be,
6-month reign or whatever.
No, I mean like good. But then because he has to experiment, he has to learn, and maybe that's the issue that we're in at the moment. He's learning now, because maybe like that first year he had a lot of help.
Yeah, I think you're hitting it nail on the head, because we know he likes to book in advance, doesn't he? And then everything went to shit last year, so now he's finally learned, like, it's good to book in advance, but when things change, you go with the flow, don't you? You don't just like the Acclaimed
maybe
thing,
I think that might be the issue. It might be the issue, like for that first 2 years of AEW, like everything was plain sailing with his booking. I guess, like we had no issues realistically.
No, apart from the pandemic, but that didn't really affect the booking per se. It was just the crowds, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, so like I guess it did affect his booking, because he probably had to book in a different way, because he's expecting probably like crowds to be touring more.
Yeah, I just mean in terms of like the people,
well, like because he was gonna have like certain matches in certain people's hometowns, wouldn't he? Ideally.
Yeah, and debuts and stuff like that.
Stuff like that. So I'm assuming that might have affected it, but not in such a drastic way as like some of the shit that has happened. This might be him like realizing I need to start learning how to play from the seat and the pants. You know what I mean? You would have expected him to fucking have that in the book anyway. Like, and I like, and I understand it. Like, I need to. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot different than fucking running a football club or whatever.
Yeah, and even just that, all the different stuff he runs. Like, he's got the football club over here, then one in America, AEW. There's 3 big companies already.
Like it's not like AEW is a seasonal thing. AEW is all around.
Week. Yeah.
So the football stuff, like they have their seasons. You know what I mean? You have football seasons over here. You have football seasons over there. And then like he's got to come all the way over here to like see matches or like run stuff or like do over Zoom. Like, because I can't imagine like he's got them over here up at like 2 o'clock in the morning to talk to him while he's up during the day. Like he's had to be up late in the morning to catch us.
The time zone difference and all that.
There's an issue there.
But yeah, while we're talking about Tony, let's bring this up now. This interview last week, like, look at this fucking cover. Look at that, man. You look at that and tell me this is not a joke. This whole article was a joke, to be honest.
Fucking laughing. That's definitely like one of those joke things, because you show me that and I'm like, well, that's actually pretty funny. How did that happen? You're like, no, it's real.
It's real. This was paid for by Tony, no doubt, because this article was like fully blowing like AEW.
Yeah, that's why you can't pay Dave Meltzer anymore.
All this money went to this.
Which I think was actually technically a better use of his money.
True. But still, this article was talking about like AEW's like catching up to WWE. The fans are so smart and all this shit. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, I don't know. Like, do you mean wrestling fans are smart? I guess.
No, AEW fans are more smarter than WWE. That's what they were saying.
This is like the same. Like, this is an issue that I'm going to get after this. But like, how do you say that about them? Like, honestly, like, how do you even know they're smart? Like, what? Because they like what you push out and you think your shit is hot.
Sure.
That's not how you.
The thing they try and complain that AEW is catching up. It's like WWE is setting records right now. WrestleMania's made the biggest. This is going to be the biggest WrestleMania of all time in terms of record, like tickets and all that.
Yeah.
Like they're setting records in terms of ratings. They are as well, and it's like you're not catching up.
Yeah, they're still like WWE is still hitting million views.
Yeah. Well, even Raw's getting close to 2 million now.
They had the single best storyline, and I mean this, in fucking TV in the past year. Like the past 6-7 months with the Bloodline.
Yeah,
I will fight people on this because I'm like, you haven't watched it. Watch it, because I will tell you it is the best storyline.
It's still not over. It's still going.
Still not over. Like the conclusion to like the first phase, you would say, or like that the ending phase of it. It like best storyline. I honestly, I'm not watching any new TV shows because there's nothing out there that's grabbing my appeal. I'm watching a lot of old stuff, and this is like this in terms of like what's new, what's fresh, what's live on TV. It's what I'm interested in. Is that Bloodline? And like I wasn't a fan of Sammy when he first came in. I wasn't a big fan of that whole like conspiracy gimmick. That jackass thing I felt was like, oh, okay, that's just a fun thing for Johnny Knoxville. And, like Sammy's like the same build, it makes sense. But man, has he made me like the same with FTR as same with Cody. Like they have turned me around in so many ways. So has Sammy, and it's amazing. I think those are the best things that you can ever see on TV when you get turned around like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Your opinions get turned like that.
What's going into that as well? They're not just good wrestlers; it's storytelling. Which this is what AEW is lacking. I understand you want to be the pro wrestling show. It's all about pro wrestling. Like Bryan Danielson did an interview. Apparently, Vince phoned him in 2000 on Twitter. He's asking him like, what does AEW have that we don't? And then Bryan's like, well, they focus on wrestling. Your show just seems like, I forgot what he said, but it's like
just your show's like 10 minutes of people talking.
Yeah, but it's like that's what you need to build up the story. You can't just have good wrestling and that's it.
Yeah, but I agree with Daniel Bryan, but like now it's not like that. Yeah, you get those target segments, but then you get like the matches like you get or the matches you get like a few weeks ago on SmackDown, stuff like that. Like you get that now. Like that's now Vince is not in charge of creative because there is there is that on the mic and in the ring storytelling that needs to be done.
But those 10-minute segments are needed, like that Cody and Paul Heyman thing from Raw. Like, it's building up the story. If it was just Cody wrestling every week and then Roman,
but like when Vince was in charge, it was like that was happening all the time. Like you get now Triple H in charge.
There's more of a balance.
You'll get it, and then like next week you won't have Cody having a match for like maybe 2 weeks or whatever, and like other people cutting those 10-minute promos, leading towards that.
But even the Vince mentality of it as well, like he wouldn't have much wrestling until the pay-per-view, would he? Because you're building up for the main show, aren't you?
Yeah. Like you would build up towards those, because that's what you want. Like you want the pay-per-view matches to have like your 10-minute, 15-minute classics. You don't want that on SmackDown or Raw. When you want that on Raw, it's fucking 3 hours.
3 hours, yeah, true. But even then with commercials and all that shit, it's like
it's practically a pay-per-view anyway. So you might as well cut that down to like 2 again. You know what I mean? You probably save some money there, realistically.
True.
But like it with AEW, it's a mixed bag because you get those good storytelling moments, you get those good matches, but then you get shit like the Young Bucks.
You see, you say that, but when was the last good story? Like, what even is the stories? Now let's go through them. We've got MJF and Bryan, haven't we? Where Bryan's got to like jump through hoops and all that shit.
Well, they claimed it, and
the Arse Boys, yeah, which has been going on for a bit because they were a team last year, weren't they? Yeah, I'll give you that one. So that's 2 stories.
That's really it, to be honest. Like you were having something with Wardlow and Joe from a second. That was kind of something they were building, but that fell on its ass. Originally the Garcia and the Combat Club.
Oh yeah, originally, but that's been dropped now, hasn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like then you have like your CM Punk stuff. You know what I mean, like I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying like WWE's doing what they're doing, but better, like more of. Like I agree with what Daniel Bryan said originally about that when Vince was in charge. Less so now. Like I don't think it's true at all now.
No, it's not true now.
It was true when he said it. It's not true now, but it becomes a matter of like. What are you now doing? What are you doing now, Bryan? Like, you're not even the better segment of the week. I'm much more interested in watching.
Bryan's really cooled off, man. And the fact we still ain't even seen him versus Punk, well, obviously we can't right now, or Samoa Joe or anything like that. And it's like, time's ticking here. We don't have another 10 years with these guys. Like, what are we waiting for?
Like what you're waiting for, like I guess, like to be honest, with Joe and CM Punk, you want to do it for a title, wouldn't you? You want that title to be on the line.
True. Yeah.
That kind of thing deserves that main event. That's a main event selling point for pay per view. But like you said, like you've got like Punk's gonna be back. You've got only another year or 2 with them, realistically, especially with Joe. Like, you want Joe and Punk to do something. Got MJF and Samoa Joe to do something.
Yeah, that has to be the next feud for MJF, doesn't it? After this, Bryan. Are people online saying Hangman? I'm like, no, not Hangman.
Those aren't working though. Don't know me.
How would those promos even go? Hangman versus MJF. I can imagine Joe versus MJF because that would be sick. But Hangman versus MJF.
Honestly, like spoken word like stuff. Like that's kind of like what we'll be watching with MJF versus. Oh no, like rap battles. You know what I mean? Like really cool. Like like Eminem versus like whoever like Dre or whatever. Like the rap battles. Like that's what it's like watching MJF and Samoa Joe. I mean, it's watching like wordsmiths, like these people like know how,
especially with Joe. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Joe is something else. Like just that line, Joe's little dead boy. Like that is so good. Like no one's.
But that funny did a few months ago where it's like 1,000 ways to die.
You still chose the wrong one. Like you know what I mean? Like he either sits around while he's training or working, or he's got free time, and he comes up with these thoughts, or he's just off the cuff.
I think it's a bit of both, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say so. Like I think that's the best way to be. You know what I mean? Like you've got some in the reserve, you've got those tanks, but you feel the moment, and if you don't feel anything coming out, then you use the one in reserve.
Yeah. But overall, tonight's show, I mean,
it's been like this. It's been like this for a while. But this has been the same.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say though. But like, at least tonight, there's more matches. Like the past few weeks have been kind of
but like, it's always been like the same amount of matches. It's just they've always been meh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean the amount of I mean like in terms of who's wrestling. Like we got Bryan wrestling, we got MJF wrestling, we got Jamie Hayter, we got the Acclaimed.
Ass boys.
So we do have, we have good talent wrestling tonight, but in terms of like story, like progression, you know what I mean? Kind of lacking, especially with WWE right now in full gear, going no pun intended, going straight to WrestleMania and Elimination Chamber.
You know what I mean? It is. You know what? And I think this time period is like these 3 months at the start of the year are probably like the toughest for AEW to really grow.
Yeah, but shouldn't this also be like the time when you're putting your best products on, like your most possible best matches and all that?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's so hard because WrestleMania, the road to WrestleMania, is so ingrained that it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take something. Big. Like there's no way they can compete during this period of time.
Yeah, there's no way they can compete. But I'm saying like at least try and put your best product on. It seems like they're just autopilot. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like
Maybe that's like the best offensive. Like, well, let's not
wait until after WrestleMania and then they're gonna
then we can start putting our best foot forward because why waste our best stuff during this time? Why try so hard and get lost in the shuffle of like.
I get that because Plus isn't the next pay-per-view Double or Nothing after WrestleMania. It's like June in it, something like that. So yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
I mean, like that. Like you don't have to be dog shit like you are now. Like, give us some fucking entertainment. But it is that moment. What's the point when like all odds are literally on the road to WrestleMania? It is a thing. It is like even people in WWE, AEW are probably like, you watching WrestleMania, they're probably all like talking to each other like, this is a wrestling thing. This isn't like a wrestling fan. It's like all wrestling community is like eyes are on this event because it is like it's like the big event. It's like the Milan show for clothes or whatever, except like only WWE are involved. But that's something I would love to see. Like a whole like all the promotions around the world like get together for like one big like major. Like,
well, they don't get together, but they all sort of sponge off WrestleMania, don't they? They all like independents are always there, like around the town and all that.
But you know what I mean? Like New Japan, AEW, WWE, like they all sort of like go like let's work together to do big one big like pay-per-view a year or every 2 years.
And it goes back to that thing, though, doesn't it? Like the rest of them would benefit, but what would WWE get out of it? Apart from dream matches in terms of business and stuff, like they're not gonna get anything out of it. They're already at the top, you know what I mean? Like AEW, New Japan, Impact, they could all benefit, but WWE wouldn't really.
They would. It just wouldn't. They wouldn't benefit as much as them, but they would benefit enough to keep them on top. Maybe not to keep them on top, but like to show like we're willing to work. Like I mean, this idea like if we do fall, then we always because we've done this with everyone, this big pay-per-view. There's always that chance that we can build ourselves back up. But there's the goodwill with the fans that they could win. There's money. It's literally just money they could make.
But in terms of like new like eyeballs, like fans and stuff, people who watch AEW and New Japan, they're either still watching WWE or they don't want to watch it anymore. So they're not really gonna like, you know.
Well, that would be the pay-per-view to change their mind every year. You know what I mean? That like, oh, this is our opportunity to get these views that we're not getting. You know what I mean? And if not, then maybe next year we'll try.
Then I wouldn't want to be booking that. Like, who decides like who wins what, and you know that's where
that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't put titles on the line.
No, you can't have titles on the line. No,
I can't have titles on the line. I'd have champs versus champs. Maybe that'd be the way to do it. Dream matches.
Yeah, like exhibition matches.
You know what I mean, like it'd just be like this one's for the boys, and the boys are the audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and I think it'd be a matter of like leaving it to not just the bookers. You know what I mean? Like if it's two, you know, an AEW guy versus a WWE guy. You know, you have the booker there. So you'd be like, all right, who do you two like? You know, the guys in the match like. What are your thoughts on this match? Like, oh, you know, I think, you know, did we do this and then maybe he wins because I think he should do this. And then, you know, that's the agreement they kind of like come to, like, you know, a mutual sort of thing. Like, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I mean? The story that's been told over the years, the history. You know, then we've got, you know, next year or whatever. Especially if someone's leaving a company. Like, imagine that if someone's about to jump over the view, you could use like that major pay-per-view of all of them coming together to be like, I'm jumping ship, I'm, you know, betraying, you know, everyone. I can tell you are laughing or yawning.
No, I was laughing and then yawning, but that's the complete fantasy booking thing right there.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm known for. You know what I mean?
The closest thing we're gonna get, like we've already got Forbidden Door on. I guess Impacts might, you know, and then you got Impacts, New Japan, and AEW. But I don't see WWE unless the new buyers want to. But why would they want to? You know what I mean? I don't.
Again, like it's this matter of like the if you're at top, then you know you're winning is money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't hurt you. You still win. Like, yeah, they get a bit more, but you also get money. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, sure. I do see both sides of it.
Like, I get what you're saying. Like, what's in it for them? But like, how much really needs to be in it for them if they actually if they win? You know what I mean? Like, if they're all winning like 30%, but you know WWE is like all of like most of the percentage, they still get that 30% or whatever. You know, to put numbers on it. You know, not actual numbers, but you know what I mean. Like, just like they're still on top and they're still getting more. Like, you know what I mean. Like, that's sure, like AEW grows more in comparison percentage wise, but then like in the actual numbers, like WWE is still bigger. It's just got a little bit bigger, not massively bigger.
True.
But yeah, but I honestly think it's just a good way for the boys in the back to like you know that you'll have Seth Rollins, you have Roman Reigns, you'll have like. You know, Shane's like, yeah, I would love to fight Cesaro, or I'd love to fight this guy from over there. You know, I'd love to have a match with them on TV. You know what I mean? The crowd would love it. We would love it. You know what I mean? It'd be great.
Yeah, it would. It would, but it's just the winning thing, isn't it? It's like, unless you do like a fan thing where you put online, like, who do you think is going to win this match? You go through like who gets the most votes, and that's who wins. I don't know.
And then maybe you like call it out, like, you know what, the fans want this, but like maybe it's better with this.
Because there's no titles on the line, is there? So, really.
Yeah, well, you know, like you just come out of like, well, you know, I'll book 3 matches. If there's 6 matches on, I'll book 2, you book 2, you book 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it becomes about like, well, which 2 do you book?
But yeah, anything else you want to talk about, or?
Oh, there wasn't there?
Was it a tag team thing, or?
No. Wasn't it someone else I wanted to talk to you about? Fucking forgot. Never mind. Not important. Always next week.
Always next week. Yeah, should we call it there then?
Yeah, I'm tapped out.
Tapped out. Alright, everyone, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy AEW tonight. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. Check out Dylan's social links down below. Until next week, peace out in a bit.